is Kathrin from manifestationbabe.com. I am back with a coffee chat. This was totally not planned because, you guys, I have a lisp today and I said, fuck it, I'm gonna go live anyway. So if I have a weird lisp, it's because my orthodontist, he put spikes on the back of my teeth, both the upper teeth and also the bottom teeth. Okay, I'm already talking weird. So I was like, you know, I'm not talking that bad, but now that I'm like flowing in a conversation, I'm like, all right, this lisp is no fucking joke. Hi, Kim, I'm so sorry that happened. Oh my God, I am praying for your daughter. May she heal faster than you can imagine, faster than she can handle. Just get that shit out of the way. Like, I don't know why it happened, but you know what? Some things just happen for a reason, and you got to believe that there's some sort of blessing behind it, and just know that we're all praying for her and we all love her and sending healing vibes from all around the world, because we're in here from all around the world and we love each other in here. Aw. Okay, so you guys, I have a lisp because I have spikes on my teeth, but I said, fuck it, I'm gonna come on live anyway. So hello. I went on vacation in the last week. That's why I was not on live over the last week. And I learned some interesting lessons. So vacation was not all that I imagined. Like, I was just waiting for this period of rest, right? I've been posting, I've been building my business, I've been living in my email box for last year, and I decided that I'm going to take a week off and not even check my messages, not even check, oh my God, so bad, because I totally missed the messages of people who were actually in Punta Cana who wanted to meet up with me, and I totally ignored my box, and my message box, and I came back yesterday, I was like catching up my messages, and I'm like, oh my God, I just saw this, fuck. Anyway, so it was a lot of time to myself, time to think, time to evaluate. And it was also a very low vibe time. And up until last night, I could not figure out why. I couldn't figure out why I was not feeling as high vibe, why I was not as relaxed, why I was anxious the last 2 days, why I was just feeling not myself. And last night, as I was planning the coffee chat today, I was thinking of the topic that I want to talk about today, and it just came out of me. And I realized that although I kind of knew these things, I realized that the reason why I had this kind of low vibe feeling on vacation was because I needed to learn these two lessons. So what I'm going to share with you today is going to be two very powerful lessons. I'm distracting myself with the way I'm talking right now, so I'm like, oh my God, I hope no one's noticing that I have this weird lisp, but you know what, I don't care. Hi. Okay, yes, I'm back with contraptions in my teeth that are causing me to talk weird. It's gonna take about a week to get used to it, so I haven't booked any clients, and my Rich Babe program starts on Sunday, so therefore I'm not super teaching with a lisp, and it's not distracting to you guys, but I missed you guys so much, so I had to come on live. Okay, so in terms of the most effortless way to manifest, something that I learned that I noticed, okay, so you guys know how I see triple digits all the time. I feel so aligned. I could just sit here with myself in the now, and I can just feel this flow of energy coming towards me. I feel like literally a money, success, happiness magnet. And even when I'm feeling low vibe, I have this hope that the best is yet to come. I constantly feel open and energized and alive. And I realized that ever since I got to Punta Cana, I saw 11:11 when I landed, and then the number stopped. I looked at the clock at 11:12 every single day, whether it was in the morning or the evening. And then I kept missing all the triple digits. And I realized this at the end of the vacation, that I just felt so misaligned. Things just didn't feel right. And that worksheet that I created for you guys, if you guys don't have access to my resource library yet, just go to manifestationbabe.com/free, get into the resource library, and you'll download my bad day worksheet. I created this worksheet literally based on the processes that I go through when I'm feeling off or having a bad day, and these realizations revelations came from me going through that process that my boyfriend actually took me through, because he knows me so well. He knows everything I do. He's like, did you journal? Did you ask for guidance? Did you ask questions? Did you do this? And then he helps distract me. So literally that process that I wrote out for you guys in that worksheet is literally what I did. And I realized that first and foremost, the reason why, and this like guidance came at me, the reason why I felt so low vibe, one of the reasons on vacation, is because I was eating shitty. I was eating, so first of all, I follow a ketogenic diet. So I follow a low carb, high fat, moderate protein diet, and that's just what works for me. So it's not like something, I never preach a specific diet. I never say that this is how you have to eat, or this is the only way, or this works for you because it works for me. But this is something I know from experience. Like, I love the keto diet. And on vacation, especially with like airport food, airplane food, and also all the yumminess of the fruit in Dominican Republic, I just started eating carbs. And lots of fried foods made their way onto my plate. And you guys know it's vacation, so whatever. Who cares? Time to relax, time to enjoy some foods you don't normally eat. And it's not like I restrict myself. It's just that this is how I feel my best. I realize that by eating shitty, I am literally, like, my body is kind of like shutting down in such a way that it needs to process all this heavy food. And therefore my energy is closed off too. And I realize that I'm not manifesting with ease. I don't feel open because I just have not been treating my body so well. And it really taught me even more about the mind-body connection. Obviously, I've known this, and I've realized that the reason why I feel so good all the time is because I treat my body so well. I exercise, I make sure it's moving. Even if I don't have a chance to exercise, literally in my workbook that I created, I say jump up and down like a maniac for a whole song. And that's enough to get that energy, just to break it up and get it flowing through your body again. Yeah. So some people do blood types, some people do, they do whatever. And it's whatever works for you, because you know your energy field, you know what your body thrives off of, and you know what works for you. And so that's what works for me. And what was I saying? I don't remember where I was right before I saw that comment. But anyway, like, it just really like came to me that I can see why there's such a big connection between depression rates in America and how bad our diet is here. And it just like blew my mind. And as soon as I landed yesterday, I started eating just the way I normally eat. Even since breakfast, since I had my first cup of coffee with almond milk and not milk, because the reason why I broke out like a mofo too is because I am lactose intolerant, but I couldn't avoid the milk on vacation because, Dominicans just don't understand. Like, I couldn't speak Spanish. I couldn't tell them, or the resort didn't have almond milk or whatever, and neither did the airport. And so I just realized that, like, ever since I landed yesterday, the signs came back to me. I saw so many, I felt so aligned again. I felt so high vibe again. Ideas came back at me. If you are, this is so important, especially if you feel like you're stagnated, or you feel like you're not advancing to the next level. You feel like ideas aren't coming to you. You just feel low all the time. Check in with your diet and just make sure that how you're treating your body represents the kind of energy that you want to come in and flow to you. And this really is called effortless manifesting. This is how I effortless manifest, is I keep my body in this high vibe state. I keep my body open and ready to receive, and therefore the channels of this flow, and flow is usually like all these high vibe things coming your way. That's why they come your way. Okay? So then the next thing I wanted to talk to you guys is the real reason why you self-sabotage. Okay, so it's amazing. When you are aligned with your purpose, with your mission, you're aligned with what you want, and you seriously explore your spirituality, amazing shit happens. The universe literally gives to you exactly what you need at the right time. So as I was packing for my vacation, feeling high vibe because my diet wasn't shitty yet, I literally went on Amazon and was like, I'll get to your guys' comments in just a second, because I would love to do some chats about keto as well, just like why it works and how to eat and whatever, if you guys are interested in that as well. But as I was packing for my trip, I went on Amazon for some reason, and I have Audibles galore right now. I got Kindles galore. I'm like halfway through 10 books in my Kindle. I realized, not like from the vacation, not from previously, but I realized that like I literally love to start books. And what I realized is that I finish the books that really speak to me, and if a book doesn't speak to me, I don't even bother with the rest of it. It's just a waste of my time. But anyway, I'm on Amazon, and like I've seen The Big Leap 1,000 times. I know people have read it. It's been recommended to me, blah, 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 blah. But like it never grabbed my attention until I was packing. And something said, you need this book. And I'm like, okay, all right. I see The Big Leap. I'm like, okay, I've taken 1,000 big leaps in my life. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I'm fine, whatever. And I start playing it on the way to the airport in the airplane. And as I'm listening to it, I realized that while I was packing, I hit an upper limit. And I'll talk about what upper limits are and the reason why you self-sabotage. I literally realized that I was already self-sabotaging, already having this negative vibe about the vacation. And I've come to realize that I have an upper limit as to how much time, free time, I allow myself to enjoy. And anyway, so throughout the vacation, I was listening to this Audible, and then I finished it this morning. And I came to realize that I learned a very important lesson on vacation. And basically what an upper limit is I've known about this. I know what self-sabotage is. I know what comfort zones are. I know all these things, but for some reason this book really spoke to me. And basically an upper limit, what Gay Hendricks talks about in The Big Leap, is that you have a thermostat, an internal thermostat. And when you're born, you don't have this thermostat. Little kids don't have this thermostat. They are constantly enjoying their life. They're constantly high vibing. They're just creating and manifesting like mofos, right? They believe anything is possible. And for some reason, we have these barriers as to how much we can truly be happy, as to how much we can truly enjoy ourselves. And these barriers, of course, as limiting beliefs, as anything else, they come from childhood. They come from just growing up and societal norms and seeing like, okay, like this is how life works. Oh, I see, that's how life works, blah, blah, blah. And we just develop this thermostat, right? Basically, this is your comfort zone. I see it as a comfort zone, right? As you advance, and Gay Hendricks talks about the zone of genius, and the zone of genius is right here. It's above your current upper limit, above like this glass ceiling or whatever you want to call it, the upper limit. And your zone of genius is right here. Your zone of excellence is right here. Your zone of excellence is where you're really comfortable. You're really good at doing things. But your zone of genius is where success, creativity, and love, as he describes, where it's effortless, where it literally is your natural flow. It's your natural state. It is where abundance comes to you like this. It's where you manifest with ease. It's where you're the happiest. But however, it's outside of your comfort zone, right? And so as soon as you do something, like you have a major success, you make a lot of money, you fall in love with somebody, you hit that upper limit because you're feeling really, really good, and you usually feel really good in your zone of genius. And for some reason, you hit that upper limit, and your subconscious goes, "Oh fuck, that's uncomfortable. I don't understand what you're feeling. I don't understand what you're going through. You're not always supposed to be that happy." So therefore, you're gonna manifest some sort of self-sabotage. For instance, that self-sabotage can come from you just coming back down into your comfort zone yourself, or you actually manifest shit happening. Like, you will manifest bad weather. You will manifest a bill to come. As soon as you make your highest month ever, something shitty will happen and will require you to spend that money because that big income is outside your comfort zone. And the universe, well, not the universe, your subconscious wants you to come back into your comfort zone. So therefore, you're going to manifest some shit happening, and you're just going to come right back in here. And people do this when they're falling in love with someone. They're like, oh shit, I'm flawed. I don't deserve, I'm a bad person. I don't deserve to fall in love. I don't deserve to feel so good. And so you're going to pick fights with that person. You're going to manifest Maybe you're going to cheat on them. Maybe you're going to manifest them picking fights with you. Maybe you're going to manifest something, I don't know. Or like, for instance, you have a big important meeting that will take your career to the next level. And as that day approaches, as that meeting comes, you get sick and you manifest sickness. That happens a lot. So those are all basically signs that you're hitting your upper limit. And so that taught me a lot, because on vacation, I realized my upper limit is how much time I allow myself to enjoy free time. I am a master of productivity. People call me a master implementer. An idea comes to me and I get to work. I can work 24 hours a day on my business. I love, love, love my business. I love serving my clients. I love serving you guys. Even those of you who have never bought anything from me, I love serving you as well. And for me to ignore my emails and ignore my messages and just chill out is fucking weird. And so I realized that I manifested some self-sabotages. Like, the weather was really bad the last 2 days in Punta Cana, causing me to go into like a very low vibe state, because I lived my whole life in Los Angeles. Then I moved to Seattle, and Seattle has really shitty weather. And I hate rain, right? And so I feel like I kind of manifested that shitty weather the last 2 days. I manifested cravings for shitty food so that I can feel shitty about myself, so that I just manifested all this anxiety and nervous energy and kind of like this desire to come back home to my real life so that I can go back to work. Like, what the fuck, right? And so this incapability of enjoying vacations, right? That's me hitting my upper limit. How do we deal with these upper limits? And so Gay Hendricks talks about literally doing subconscious work with it, or even just going into your zone of genius, which is outside your comfort zone, right above your upper limit, more often. It's called The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks. I recommend it for all of you. Get into that zone of genius more often, and just going through affirmations, or keep telling yourself it's okay to be happy all the time. There is nothing in the universe, there's no law that says that you cannot feel good all the time, that you can't be happy all the time, right? Any kind of sadness or any kind of anxiety or nervous energy or anything or worry is stuff that we create within ourselves to bring us back down into our comfort zone. And so an affirmation that I really love from Abraham Hicks is, the better it gets, the better it gets. The better it gets, the better it gets. And just knowing that things are always going to get better, and you can make that your new truth. And really just seeing your upper limit expanding. Like, even like your subconscious mind loves symbols and loves visualization. That's why I can't talk with these things. Visualization is so important, is because it works with your subconscious. Your subconscious, it understands symbols, understands metaphors, understands pictures. And so envisioning your upper limit getting higher and higher is one way. Just telling yourself that you're safe, that you can have an abundance of creativity, love, and success. You can have it all. Maybe your affirmation is, I can have it all. I can have it all. And even as simple as becoming aware of your upper limit is enough to dissolve it. For instance, if you are realizing that every time things are going really well in your business, you start picking fights with your husband, you can notice that you picking fights with your husband for absolutely no reason is your upper limit. You feel like you don't deserve both the success and the love. So just realizing that I'm picking a fight with my husband, that is my upper limit, and then being aware of that and being like, okay, why am I picking a fight with him? There's no reason. And just bringing yourself down from picking a fight, just like switching the behavior. As simple as switching that behavior will allow your upper limit to expand. And we're always going to have an upper limit, because again, like, we always have an internal thermostat, but by raising it and raising it and raising it is how you expand, is how you stop self-sabotaging, is how you tell yourself that it's okay to be successful, happy, and live in abundance all the time. Let me just make sure I read through all my notes over here. And just, yeah, so another thing is, I always tell, and this is funny because I have another analogy for you guys. The universe truly has a sense of humor. And the sense of humor manifests in the fact that I fucking love to travel. I love traveling, right? So it's funny that I have an upper limit with vacations, first of all. That's a sense of humor right there. But I love, love, love to travel. I love to go as far out into the other side of the world as possible and get lost and have adventures. Yet I am extremely, extremely afraid of flying. Like Xanax, like I need Xanax level. Like adrenaline so high, I have a hard time falling asleep. I've done 18-hour flights and I've only slept on them for 30 minutes because that's all I can handle. And where am I going with this? Hold on. Oh, feeling the fear and doing it anyway. So as I was flying from Panama City to Los Angeles, crazy turbulence, crazy, just so many storms that we flew through, and you can see lightning from the left side of the window because I was sitting on the left side and I was watching all these storms, but the plane was like shaking like a mofo, right? And I realized that I have never said no to travel because I love it so much. However, in order to get to the other side of the world or another state even, I have to feel the fucking fear of flying and do it anyway. I have to get on that plane anyway, and so I do. And that is how I expand my comfort zone, is by getting on the damn plane, feeling the fucking fear, honoring my feelings, whatever, and just getting to the other side. And that's how I keep decreasing that fear of flying. You know, the more you do something, the less fear you feel towards it. So I'm not as afraid as I used to be, and definitely for different reasons. I just hate fucking turbulence, like turbulence and takeoffs. So that's why I always pay, I would pay an extra $500. Okay, I don't want to manifest this because I feel like the universe is going to start raising airfare prices on straight flights, but I will literally pay more for straight flights so I can avoid stops, because I hate takeoffs and I hate any kind of turbulence, especially during takeoffs. So anyway, and that's the thing with upper limits, is you get into, sorry, my nose is so itchy. You get into a plane, or you get into your zone of genius, and you feel fearful and you want to sabotage and bring yourself down because it's so uncomfortable. But feeling that fear, feeling the discomfort, and knowing that you are growing will allow that upper limit to dissolve or raise or whatever happens. I don't know. So I'm going to head out to work and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.